don't Happy Easter me.
I
You
know.
don't even think zombie Jesus is real. Not gonna get us canceled in our first 5 minutes.
Well, luckily, this is pre-pod, right? Pre-pod chat.
I don't know. I edit the damn thing, so maybe not. We'll see.
Never alone. In the skate park, I found my home.
Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboard Podcast, the official voice of fingerboarding culture, from league news to community stories with real insight, writer interviews, and the heart of the scene. Please follow, turn on notifications for us, and now let's get into fingerboarding. I'm joined this week by, he's old, he's grumpy, he's probably the most knowledgeable non-fingerboarder in the scene. I've got OMG, Brian O'Neill on the mic.
Hey, what's up, man? Glad to be here. Can't wait to talk about fingerboarding again. Where the hell is Gary Graves?
Man, Gary is hanging off of like a shackle somewhere at, I don't know. Last time I saw in the stories, he was dangling for his life. So hopefully he's okay.
We don't do enough. We don't talk about how truly epically cool Gary Graves is.
There is
He
an
won't know
aura
this because
about him that people may or may not even know, but he is like, his aura level is like max level, like
yeah,
special
I mean,
meter blinking.
he's got pictures of him in front of the pyramids. He travels all around the world. He's got great friends. He's one of the best line guys out there in the fingerboarding world. Great edits, good skater. I said good skater. Good skater, great edits, fingerboarding master, Gary Graves.
I agree. He's
All
got one of
right.
the coolest jobs. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, you've got a pretty cool job because this week has been massive for you
Biggest weekend for
so far.
2025 so far. Yeah.
When you guys get this, by the way, if you're listening to this on Patreon, thank you. It comes out on Wednesday, Thursday. Everybody else, all you normies can see it, or muggles, whatever we want to call you. But like, listen, if you get a chance, click over to the Patreon account, follow. I mean, what is it, like $5 a month to be on the Patreon? You get everything early. There's going to be some special deals and stuff for you guys out there. So, but this weekend you are going to where?
Man, all right, so we're doing Fingerboarding Con and Rendezvous weekend. So we're talking Rendezvous 37 and Fingerboard Con number 3.
What were the first two?
First two was first Fingerboard Con was out in California, like Huntington Beach, I want to say. And
Yeah.
then second one was Rendezvous last year.
Okay, can
Same
you run
time,
down
same bat
all the
place.
37 rendezvous? That would be great. They're all in the same place.
The first one I remember, I don't remember this, but according to the archives, I think it was rolled out of Mike's driveway. I think that's like the original story of where like the first rendezvous kind of started.
And for any of you that don't know, we're talking about Mike Schneider, the epic legend himself. That is Rendezvous coming up, and let's let's just let's talk about it. I mean, we've got a lot of things going on this week, but you're just going to have a very busy weekend.
Could be a very busy weekend, definitely a very busy week, not just for me, but for a lot of people. I know that leading into this weekend has got people a little on edge as far as like trying to get as much product, get all their stuff together, make sure their last minute plans, make sure the PTO is set. And I mean, we're talking about having just a banger of a weekend.
And we had what happened this week that was pretty epic.
Oh man. So last week, there has been a new fingerboard world record. And I think everybody kind of slept on it. But back in episode 104, we talked about how it's like the best time to basically be a fingerboarder. Like literally not a better era than right now today to basically be a fingerboarder. But last week, there were 4 podcasts that dropped an episode in the same week. Not only is there like 4 actual active podcasts, like fingerboarding podcasts, but the fact that like all of them dropped an episode in the same week, it's never been done. We're talking about Six Gates with a new podcast. You haven't checked it out, go check it out. But he's got an episode that dropped last week. Fingerboard Chris with Big Spin Podcast dropped an episode. Mike Schneider dropped a podcast episode. And of course, yours truly, USAFBL, dropped a podcast episode. But never before has there ever been four different podcast channels dropping active content at the same week. But yeah, for you guys that aren't aware, Vito with Six Gates has started a podcast. He's on episode 2, episode 3. Pretty good, straight out of his shop. He's got some of the local people on there kind of picking their brains, talking about some of the history, the brand, and stuff like that. Go definitely check that out. Big Spin Podcast, doing weekly episodes as well. Mike Snyder, he came out of retirement. Like, he went dark for about 10 months and he finally dropped not just one episode, but 2 episodes in like 1 week's time, which is crazy. So go
Now, you
check
said
out
Mike Snyder
that.
came out of retirement. He came out of retirement for the podcast that he.
Yeah, he had a pretty active podcast. He dropped like an episode once a month, maybe twice a month at best. But there was about a 10-month period of time where he went dark. So if you haven't been paying attention to his channel or anything like that, he's got 2 new episodes. So you can definitely go check those out. Also,
Well,
if you're
he
looking
definitely
for
did. He didn't retire from fingerboards because I mean he's been dropping decks right and left.
oh yeah, he also him and Bailey with Blister's Fingers, they did some kind of merger slash
Big
acquisition. Like,
big news, yeah.
that is absolutely massive news. Honestly, I don't know if people are even talking about it enough, but the last time this happened was like 2 years ago, and that was between Dynamic, Scott with Dynamic, and then Matt from Joy Cult. So the last time a real big merger acquisition like that basically happened is when Scott with Dynamics and Joy Cult kind of like took over and merged everything together. So this is not very often this happens, but when it does, it's pretty big news.
Well, and also we're what 2 weeks into King of the Plies right now.
2 weeks into King of the Ply. So 2 weekends have been knocked down. We got 4 more weekends left. We've got Fingerboarding Con. One of the challenges for King of the Plies is to prank a rival team at Rendezvous weekend, Fingerboard Con weekend. So I'm kind of curious to kind of see what happens there. But we got
Yeah,
some absolute legendary stuff going on. If you guys have not been checking out some of the behind the scenes action on our Instagram account for both USFBL and King of the Plies.
well, and we've got sanctioned events going off everywhere. We've got obviously we talked about it. We've got Fingerboard Con and we've got Rendezvous going on this weekend. Plies Magazine drops early this month because you're going to be heading up with some magazines to both of those. You're going to both of the events, right? You're going to
Yeah, I'm there for
Fingerboard
the whole
Con
weekend.
and oh, you're there for the whole weekend. How did it get scheduled for the same weekend? Do you know?
So Rendezvous has always been a thing, and then Fingerboarding Con kind of integrated themselves with that inaugural event. This year is a little bit different because now it's in front of and behind the event. So we now have Friday and Sunday, directly Friday, Saturday, Sunday, actually, fingerboarding con activities and stuff. So I almost feel like fingerboarding con might be overshadowing what Rendezvous is, but that's debatable. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel. This is still a Rendezvous weekend or is it a fingerboard con weekend?
Yeah, it's the biggest weekend of 2025 so far.
Absolutely. So, for you guys out there, you guys are witnessing fingerboarding on a whole nother level this year. Once Fingerboarding Con weekend passes through, like if you're looking at like the next biggest events, you're looking at the USAFBL tour, the multi-day 5 city tour stops.
Well, and let's do some big weekend news. I'm sorry, I hit my microphone. Let's do some big weekend news for our podcast today for the listeners real quick. Let's talk about two things that are going on in Plies Magazine that I think people are going to be pretty excited about.
I feel like we definitely need to get into that. We are making some waves over here at Plies Mag. We
And we got
are
to do this. We got to do this in a way that doesn't get us sued by that other magazine. You guys know what
the other
magazine I'm talking about?
inspired magazine that
The
we kind
the
of bases ourselves off of.
dude, you can't say that. Like the one that we no, we can't. I just sent you you can't say that.
Oh man.
Okay, but there is another magazine, and it's not a fingerboarding magazine, but it has other things to do with plies of wood and wheels. And they have a magazine, and we are inspired by their accomplishments. How's that?
I like that. We can roll with that. I think people
Okay,
know what we're talking about.
so let's go ahead and tell you guys we are going to start up Finger Graffiti. And I really honestly had to read that a couple times to make sure I said that right. Finger Graffiti. What is that?
Finger graffiti. It is a fingerboarding version of photo graffiti. So we are incorporating 2 pages into the next issue, issue number 7. That's going to be the June issue, where we can actually have people who submit high resolution photos of the culture, the vibe, action shots, behind the scenes. You can submit it on at pliesmag.com, and if they're good, we'll put them in the magazine.
All right, cool. And we've got another thing that we're announcing for Plies Magazine, which is Fingerboarder of the
Year.
Year. Yeah, that's right.
Fingerboarder of the Year. We're taking this after the Skater of the Year. So we took a page from there and we have incorporated it for a fingerboarding version. We're going to incorporate that here in Plies Mag. This, to me, is absolutely legendary. And I feel extremely honored to be able to actually be able to host something like this for the community, give the community a pathway of being able to be recognized for their achievements. So for most people that understand how the Skater of the Year basically breaks down, we're going to kind of go over real quick how Fingerboarder of the Year breaks down and what the judging criteria for that looks like. So we're looking at from January of this year, leading all the way up into December. And we're going to be judging based off of people's videos, their edits, the number of edits, the quality, full lengths, edits released. We're looking at competitions, if they're winning King of the Plies, sanctioned events, other people's events, fast fingers, etc. We're looking at the cultural impact, how memorable they are on social media, how well they're inspiring others, pushing people's style, creativity, just that cultural impact. We're also looking at community involvements. Are they hosting events? Are they doing collabs? Are they mentoring people within their community? Are they helping the local scene? Of course, the media presence, are they being featured in magazines, podcasts, etc., things of that nature. And then, of course, you got the fan vote. The fan vote will also count towards that as well. So getting the community behind you is also going to be a big ordeal.
All right. Well, Fingerboarder of the Year is going to be a big deal. And now, so basically, outside of everything that you just said, I mean, Nick Dimer just needs to show up at some more sanctioned events and get his rankings up, right? I mean, I have literally no juice in this decision of who's Fingerboard of the Year. So me saying Nick Dimer, love you, brother. But when is that going to be decided? Like, we're going to announce it in December or January?
Yeah, we'll announce it in December, and then they're going to get featured on the magazine for January. They're going to be leading 2026 with the cover of Plies Magazine.
All right, let's get back into it. What do we got going on here? I know I made you scroll down because I announced Fingerboarder of the Year early, but I want people to know that lots of cool, fun stuff is going on in the fingerboarding world. History was made last week. Podcasts. I don't know how excited I am that 4 podcasts dropped in 1 week. I don't know that I'm necessarily too, what do the kids say? Glizzy? Is that right? Or is that not the right word?
I don't think that's the right word. But we're gonna pass over that. But
yeah, I don't.
I think I don't know how I necessarily feel. I know that more content is good. I also know that competition is also good. So the fact that there's other people in the same space that are also doing their thing, this is all a good thing. But I'm not sure if everybody doing long form content, the same type of content is good. So that is to be debatable. I want to see kind of how things pan out in the next 3 to 6 months if everybody's dropping regular episodes and how that looks for the scene, the community, and long form content.
Well, I think last week, I mean, you were on the pod with Jake, and you guys kind of actually talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really, really good episode if you guys have not checked that out. But yeah, it's definitely some changes happening, and I'm here for it either way. It's either one of those like, you adapt and make things better, or things get a null and kind of die out. But either way, I'm here for the progression.
Yeah, competition makes everybody better, and we're all about that. I mean, Levine and I have been working on this USAFBL stuff for 5 years now.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah. And, we got the magazine, we got the podcast. This is episode 109?
Nine? Yeah, that's crazy.
109. And we're just going to keep on going because, we just love doing this. But y'all start it up, do it. Make a podcast, start interviewing people. We are here to make pro fingerboarders like, a worldwide name. That's what USAFBL's core belief is we can make fingerboarding a professional sport worldwide. Full stop.
Organizing the sport, enhancing the sport, and elevating the sport. That is what we are all about. So just putting the entire scene on blast and rising all, what's the quote? Like, the rising tides raise all ships.
Raise all
like
ships, yeah. But listen, we're not incapable of being petty. Let's be real. Like everybody feels like everybody's encroaching on everybody else's space. But let me tell you, all fingerboarders out there, nobody's encroaching on your space. I don't care how many Facebook posts you make in Fingerboarding Unlimited. You're either doing your thing or you're not doing your thing. And we're out here doing our thing. You guys do your thing. We'll join up. We'll do interviews. We've had Vito on the podcast. We've obviously had Mike on the podcast. We've got Fingerboarding Christopher, who has the Big Spin podcast. We're down, man. We want to roll this thing and we want to keep it growing.
Definitely.
Mike coming out of retirement, that was one thing that you had mentioned. Like, what do you think our chances are of seeing Mike in a competition?
So I don't want to get too far into the juice. This is all speculation, by the way. So if I'm on here just talking my shit, like
you got to meet him. You got to meet up with him next week. So you got to look him in the eyes. So whatever you say, he's going to hear it.
Yeah. So this week, be at Rendezvous Fingerboard Weekend, but I am going to in person, maybe see if I can get Mike to show out, maybe on a competition level, like see if he'll come out of retirement and actually get onto the circuit. Like, who knows? That would
be badass.
Or at least as a guest, either way. But we need to get him out of retirement and get him back into the competition spirit like the old days. Like,
let's be really clear. Mike Schneider is judge level material, you know what I mean? Like, he's special guest, judge level material, but still getting down on the trenches with some of the pro fingerboarders and stuff in the marketplace right now would not be a bad idea. That'd be fun. Maybe a exhibition competition. How's that?
I think honestly that would be really, really cool. Maybe if I can get him out at like maybe nationals and do like a Friday night like exhibition or something like that.
It'd be cool. Do an exhibition with you, Gary Graves, Mike Schneider, Fingerboarding Christopher, Jake, and then you guys can all just get stomped by Mike Schneider. That'll make him feel good.
We should definitely do like a celebrity influencer, like kind of like the NBA All-Star has like the celebrity game match. Like, we need something like that for fingerboarding, and I think
let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. This is definitely a hot take, but like, if we could get a exhibition competition, who do you want to see in it? I definitely think Levine and Mike and those guys are worthy of doing some type of big exhibition. We might even do it one of the USAFBL events this year. It won't be crazy long, but like doing a 1 hour or 30-minute exhibition would not be a bad idea. That'd be kind of badass.
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be dope, and we can live stream it. I think it'll be definitely binge watch worthy.
What do we got going on now? We've got King of the Plies, second weekend. We talked about that. It's the largest outdoor street fingerboarding team event. It's a video submission contest, and this is like Cannes. What is the Cannes Film Festival? This is like a Cannes film. So it's not like Combo of the Year or the Line of the Year. It's not like one and done. You video it, you send it in. This is something that you guys get together as a team. You create an epic edit for all of the challenges and stuff that we've got in King of the Plies. You can go to King of the Plies on USAFBL, and you can kind of see what's going on there. We've got listings of all of the challenges. What is the grand prize? What's the giveaways for King of the Plies this year?
Man, we've got a grand prize of $1,500 to the first team. We've got over $2,000 cash total between first, second, and third place. Plus, we've got prize packs for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth place teams as well. So if you're placing top five, you're definitely walking away with something. If you're placing in first, you're looking at medals, a travel trophy, $1,500 cash, prize packs, and a cover on Plies Mag.
That's epic, dude. That's like, I mean, $3,500 in cash prizes is what's up, like all together, right? Plus all of the packs that are going to be put together by the other teams.
Yeah, this is definitely I I'm gonna go out and just say it. It's definitely probably the largest fingerboarding online competition ever.
Ooh, ooh.
I mean, let me
And
know in
you
the
got to meet up.
comments if you've
You
seen
got to meet
anything
up with
bigger.
Black River next week, this weekend too.
Oh,
So,
that's
like,
true. That's
are
true.
you
We might have to
you ready
do
to put that out there?
it'll be a showdown. It'll be a showdown.
Yeah. Well, we can do it numbers to numbers. We can do it however they want to do it. But this, I think, is the largest online competition in the history of fingerboarding. Tell us we're wrong. Because I don't know anybody else that's kicking out $3,500 worth of cash, plus probably an equal amount of prize packs and stuff from all of the competing teams.
It's a lot.
Sanctioned events, they're back. You got any sanctioned events you want to talk about?
Yeah, sanctioned events are back and on. Fingerboarding season is upon us. So for you guys that are looking to rank up in the power rankings and get invited to the regional and national events, this is your pathway. So we've got what six sanctioned events happening in May, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, we've got some serious events. So we've got Dallas, Texas, hosted by Phoenix FB on May 3rd. Rodamp, North Carolina, hosted by Dare to Care, May 17th. We got Bradenton, Florida, hosted by Higher Up Fingerboards, May 18th. We've got White Lake, Michigan, hosted by Grind Fingerboards, May 24th. Riverview, Florida, hosted by Blizzle underscore FB underscore Wizzles, May 24th. We've got a Utica, New York event that was scheduled for May 24th. The event is still happening, but it is now back into to be determined status. I can't go too far into depth as to what's going on there, but I know that we've published and we've been promoting that event. It is definitely still happening. It just may not happen on May 24th, but definitely follow Isu Mentos for more information on that, and you'll see any updates happening for that event either on our page and or both Isu Mentos' account as well. But we've
And
got
our
six.
page is usafbl.com or pliesmag.com.
Yeah, right now we've got the entire list of over 60 plus events at pliesmag.com. So if you guys are not looking at the monthly issues, like you guys are seriously missing out on a great valuable resource as far as what events are happening, who's being featured, what's going on each and every single month with the industry. Like it is definitely something you guys need to be viewing online, but you can find it for free on pliesmag.com.
Fingerboard.com or Fingerboard Con starts Friday, April 25th.
Yeah, so this Friday we are off. So we're Fingerboarding Con will start 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at the Hilton Hotel. I can't pronounce the city. I'm not even gonna try, but I'm gonna leave it up. I'm sure Brian will throw a flyer up there that'll definitely showcase where it's at. But for Friday, Fingerboarding Con is going to have Black River hosting a special game of skate contest against their riders. I saw Stoli on the Instagram feed for the Black River store, so he is definitely here in the U.S., and I can only assume that he will also be in attendance at the Fingerboarding Con as well. So
Yeah, I think that actually Vito said something about Stoli being in town too. So he might be at both of those events. No?
yeah, I think he's going to be there for the entire weekend. So I know Black
Okay.
River will be in attendance. I just don't know what the rider list looks like, but I know that we got a sneak peek at Stoli being here in the States. So it's definitely looking like, put two and two together.
And Rendezvous 37 happens Saturday, April the 26th as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be hosted once again at the Flat Face Warehouse. If you guys know, you know, but it is going to be 12 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. and we're looking at definitely a sold out max crowd for sure. I'm not saying you can't go there. It's open to the public, but Fingerboarding Con is a sold out thing, so I know that this event will also be max capacity, but it's going to be good. It's going to be a banger.
And that is where are people staying for Rendezvous?
Man, so a lot of people are staying. If you're going to Fingerboarding Con, chances are you're staying at the host hotel that Fingerboarding Con is located at, that Hilton Hotel. Most
Okay.
people, they're either staying at a nearby hotel or like a bed and breakfast or an Airbnb.
So they're not too far from each other.
Yeah, I think the drive's like 15 minutes. Not too bad.
Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Saturday, April the 27th, Fingerboarding Con again at the Hilton Hotel. They're going to have a lot of vendors and stuff there.
This one for Saturday is going to be the After Voss event. Yeah, it's described basically as like a post Voss hangout. People can unwind, trade tricks. There's going to be a few parks and stuff like that there. If I remember correctly from last year, you're going to be able to shred. You're going to be able to meet people, hang out. There's a restaurant there on property for you guys to kind of eat and drink and be merry. Just a good time.
And they've got panels, is that correct? Are they going to have like speakers and stuff?
Yeah, that'll be Sunday, the actual like Fingerboarding Con main event day.
And I heard there's going to be somebody like there's going to be a 6'4" person walking around with maybe some copies of the fresh issue of Plies Magazine.
Man, you're building me up to be just like the
Six
Black
foot three.
Terminator. I am like
Yeah, just like
5'11", 6 foot, but yeah, I'll definitely be out
dude,
there
you are. I'm
all
5'11". There's no way you're 5'11". He's like 6'2", 6'1", 6'2", definitely.
eh, tomatoes, tomatoes. I'm tall. But yeah, I'll definitely be out there. I'll have Plies magazines on hand. We should kind of leak a little bit of what's going on in the issue.
Oh God, I don't even remember now. I'm already working on the next issue.
I know it's crazy how that stuff works.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
So in this issue, we've got a great cover article. We've got meets. We've got podcast. We've got 2 pages of podcast. Listen, when we talk about supporting the industry, regardless, like if we get like up in our feels about other people doing podcasts and stuff, nobody is going to go out there and support the industry like this guy right here is doing. Like he's putting all the podcasts out there. He's putting all the events that we can get information on out there. He's really doubling down on making sure that you guys have as much current information about the fingerboarding world as possible. And I just want to say I appreciate you for that because I think a lot of other people out there do. And we can always have some healthy, fun competition within that space. So have at it.
No, I couldn't agree more. I can't tell you how many people are just like, dude, like finding events is so hard because, if you happen to come across a flyer, you have to one, hope that it's close by, where you live, and then you also got to hope that it's still within like date range, like it's still like it hasn't passed you kind of a thing. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I didn't know this event happened." And then 2 weeks it happened 2 weeks ago and they missed it. And so like for you guys to be able to come in on a monthly basis and be able to literally see what event is happening, when they're happening, and be able to plan for it, that stuff's crucial.
Now, just keep in mind, guys, let's just talk about Instagram. How many of you have seen somebody post the dumb comment saying, man, I missed it. Dang, I'll see you next year. Everybody posts that.
More often than not, it is
You
very,
got
very
no
sad.
excuse. Plies Magazine is free. Open it up. Look at what's going on with the meets. You got no excuse. Like, we're going to start calling you out on that. Dang, I missed it. I'll see you next year comments.
Yeah, there's literally at this point no reason, even if you're global, like let's say you're international, like if you're there's events happening in France, there's events happening in Puerto Rico, there's events happening in Canada, there's events happening in Germany, there's Spain, like there are literally events happening everywhere. So like even if you're just like, oh, that's US stuff, like that's not even the case. Like we have a massive global listing of events.
Speaking of Plies Magazine, and we might cut this out. What is our goal worldwide with Plies Magazine? Look at him. He's nervous. He doesn't
Our
want to say it out
goal
loud.
worldwide,
Our Yeah, worldwide. What are we? Because we already got distribution in how many countries right now?
6 or 7. I lose
Six
count.
or six countries. We've got people from all over the world that is asking for us to get magazines to them. And one little behind the scene thing that's happening right now, again, we might cut this out, so you might never hear my voice saying this, but we are going to have a magazine, Plies Magazine, in what's the first country we're going to have Plies Magazine in?
Are you talking about the language?
Yeah.
So we're talking about transcribing our issues into different languages. So we're looking at producing like a German version of Plies Magazine. The articles will basically still be the same, but the text within the article will be in a German language that is, what do we call it, like naturally
Yeah, it's not
conclusive, I
like
guess,
Google.
to like,
It's not like Google Translate. We're going to have to actually have people in these countries working with us to make sure that we're converting the articles, and we'll also have some advertising options and stuff for people just in those countries. But I want to get Germany. What's our? I mean, this is just our wish list. We want to get Germany, Spain, probably.
yeah, Spanish, French.
They speak Portuguese in Spain, don't they? Or do
It's like
they
a
speak?
Spanish and Portuguese. I mean, it's
Yeah, but then we also need South America. We want to get a South America version. God, wouldn't it be badass to get a Taiwan version?
that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm thinking Chinese, German, Spanish, and French.
Simplified Chinese, German, Spanish, and French. Okay. Okay. That's right now, that's our wish list.
Yeah.
And probably not till, well, I don't know when we could do it. I mean, like, we might have some ballers roll up on us and be like, yeah, let's get it done. And then we got, I mean, I would love to see Germany, like, almost immediately. I think for everybody knows why. I mean, like, we're living off of the Black River dream of fingerboarding in this world, right?
Most definitely. I feel like this is actually a time to kind of put out a help wanted, a couple of little feelers. I mean, if you guys
Yeah.
are into graphic design and you guys can read and write in different languages, like definitely hit us up.
Yeah, Levine says graphic design, but we need somebody that's prolific. Wow, that took a minute. Prolific in InDesign, Adobe based programs. Somebody can work within languages, and also needs to have kind of a little bit of a background as a writer, because in most of these languages you're going to have to rewrite some of it, and it needs to be consistent. So hit us up.
Hit us up. We're looking to go global, so this is definitely the first step, and I would love to have someone on board that can help us, make these happen.
Yeah, we have a huge amount of people in Plies this month. Every month we want to just focus on as many people as we can. What's one of our, we got what, rock fingerboards in this month?
Yeah, he has blessed us on the cover of the magazine. So we have Rock Fingerboards on the cover. The new issue applies. Also,
You know
Rock
what?
will be in he'll be in
This,
Rendezvous Fingerboard Con weekend. So you could pick up a magazine from me and actually have him sign the cover for you. It's gonna be pretty cool.
oh, that'd be badass. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the magazine up on the video here, even though it's a couple days early. That way you can see the cover. We've got a great write up on him. What else we got in the magazine that's awesome?
We've got the largest issue we have ever produced. And I know like people say size doesn't matter, but I feel like 4 more pages of awesomeness. I feel like it matters.
It matters. It matters a lot, and it's just keeps on growing and getting bigger. And we have to thank our sponsors and advertisers for that ability. You guys have really kind of supported. I know that advertising is not easy to support on a consistent basis in the world that we're living in. I mean, we're not all tech decks and Black Rivers and big time companies. So, like, I get it. But one person that's been advertising consistently that also has an event coming up, Phoenix FB, they got an event coming up. When was it again? I was
Yeah, May
looking through a
3rd.
thing. Oh, Dallas, Texas, May 3rd. Phoenix FB, they've been an advertiser. They've been wonderful. One thing you don't know about Steven with Phoenix FB is he's actually, if you're into RC car racing, just as a side note, has nothing to do with us, but I know a lot of fingerboarders are also into the RC car market. He's got a magazine that he's producing that he's going to be kicking out next month. So shout out to Steven. And make sure you go down there if you're in the Dallas, Texas area, May 3rd.
Definitely.
What else we got going on right now in this huge 36-page issue of awesomeness?
We have a collab. We got the first
Oh,
Plies Mag collab.
oh, I did not forget, but oh my God, we're so a month ahead of what we are actually putting out there right now. Holy crap, I forgot. We've got Fidgety Digits himself.
Yeah, so we've got Brandon Keeler. We've got an exclusive graphic from Brandon Keeler, aka Fidgety Digits FB403. So we are doing pre-orders for two different versions of a t-shirt and a custom deck graphic. So we're doing pre-orders on the site right now. Go grab those, and they're set to release mid-May.
Yeah, and you can get those at pliesmag.com. The decks are amazing looking. The graphic is very epic. Fidgety Digits. It's just a really cool collab. And we're gonna, what's our plan with the collab thing with as far as dropping new decks and stuff?
So we are planning on doing a collab every single month. Traditionally, we're looking to set that in the middle of the month. So magazines will launch beginning of the month. Our collabs will launch in the middle of the month. So look forward to custom tees, custom decks, custom sticker sheets, maybe even some custom hang up posters. Like we got all kinds of cool stuff lined up for you guys here in the future.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. And let's see. The finger graffiti we talked about. So if you go to pliesmag.com, there is a link where you can click on it. You can submit your photo. What are the rules of submitting a photo? You can't just take a picture of somebody and submit it to us like it's your own, right?
Yeah, we've got to have photo credits. So we need to know who took the photo. We need to know who's in the photo. We need to know the trick that's being done in the photo if it's an action shot. And of course, if it's a cultural vibe shot, that gets a little bit more tricky, but definitely just making sure that we have the photo credits and we have the permissions to be able to use those photos. I think that's it. I think that might be a wrap.
Oh, no way. We still have to do our listen to win, dude.
Oh, we do got to listen to win. All right, let's do this. I don't even know how many listen to wins we've done now, but it's getting crazy. All right,
We'll
so
just say 400. We've done 400, 500 listen to
400,
win.
500 on 100 episodes. I love it. I love it. All right, so for this listen to win, which we usually do a who does it the best, but because I'm gonna be gone all weekend, we gotta speed it up. We gotta do who did it first. All right, so this listen to win challenge is gonna be who does it first. I'm looking for the first person to go on to our listen to win Instagram post. In the comments, tell me what is different about this episode. Anyone who's been listening to the podcast for I feel like if you listen to more than 10 episodes, you probably caught something in this episode that just was not quite right. When I say not quite right, meaning like not the normal structure of the podcast episode. So let me know in the comments what you think is off about this episode, what's been changed, what's definitely different. Anybody who
And
knows
it's
will
not my
know.
background. It's not my background.
It's not
Even
his
though I change my
background.
background all the time, like it's not my background. So just don't even bother with that one.
So
And what are they going to win?
they're gonna win a Brandon Keeler t-shirt. We have two different designs. You get to pick the design, tell me what size shirt, and we're gonna make it happen. You're gonna get the custom, what is it, like one of 20? One of 20 shirts?
Yeah, I don't know. How many do you want to make?
Well, we only got
These are
like
all made
20.
in house.
Yeah.
We're not like ordering these from somebody. Like we're bringing in these transfers. We're ironing them on there. Poor Vicky is, lost all of her fingerprints from ironing all these shirts on and stuff. And she's obviously Vicky does a lot of crafting and a lot of t-shirt stuff and things like that in her business. Shout out, LOL. But the LOL is not me laughing at Vicky, by the way. That's the name of her company.
Lots of love crafts.
Yeah, lots of love crafts. So, but yeah, it's a baller shirt. But much like Henry Ford, they only come in black, right?
They only Yeah, traditionally they're only going to come in black. Theoretically, we could do something different, but we can definitely do a gray like this Plies shirt. We can do all kinds of cool stuff, but we usually sell everything, keep it simple. Black is sexy. I'm not going to lie. All right, so the contest will start 7 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday. So anybody that submits their comments or their answers before then, they're going to be null and void. They won't count. So 7 a.m. Eastern is the opening time for this contest. The first person to get it right in the comments will win the Listen to Win prize. So there's no tagging, no none of that stuff. So find our USAFBL account or the USFBL underscore FBP account. So there's going to be one or two Listen to Win posts. Either one of those posts is perfectly fine. Tell me in the comments what is different about this episode. And if you have the correct answer, the first person is going to win the prize. I like
I
it.
won't
I
say
like it.
anything for the fact that that's specifically for our Patreon members because they're going to hear everything on Wednesday.
Yeah, but they still have to guess it and get the right answer.
That's true. But they got
So
a 24-hour head start for everybody. Just for all you muggles that just watch us on YouTube.
this is true, but that's why I set it up for 7 a.m. Eastern. Gives everybody a
Oh, okay.
chance to get up, listen to it on their way to work, and tell me in the comments if it's right.
How do we end this? We're in a fun, upbeat way, dude.
Fingerboarding Con Rendezvous weekend, and Gary hanging from a scaffold somewhere. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than that. But definitely finger the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure that you turn on your notifications. Helps us out greatly. Visit USAFBL.com and pliesmag.com. And don't forget that we've got a truly epic year of regional and national events, which Levine did not even mention during this whole freaking podcast.
I feel like that's not really even about us. It's a little ways out. Let's give out some flowers, and then once the
Yeah.
weekend's over, it's USFBL time.
Congratulations, Mike Schneider and Vito with Flatface and Fingerboard Con. You guys have right now officially the biggest fingerboarding weekend in the history of fingerboarding. That is until we get our regional and national events rolling. Deuces.
Till next time.
Rolling through the concrete chaos, I'm alive. With my fingerboard, I'm ready to dive. Pushing limits, flipping tricks high in the sky. Every sliding grind, I'm chasing that high. Feel the rhythm, let it flow. Fingerboarding, let's steal the show. Fingerboarding, I'm flying free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Grip take tight, I'm soaring like a bird. Every trick a story, every slide a word. Grinding on the edge, I'm breaking the mold. Fingerboarding dreams worth the weight in gold. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm flying free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream.